Hi guys, Dana here. I'm going to do a quick review of my 2018 Strick planner, which is a day planner, which was designed for use by knitters to help knitters find more knitting time. The planner is designed by Martina Bem of Strick, and she has some great how-to videos showing how she uses the planner and a couple of great walkthrough videos of the planner. So I will be sure to link to her videos below if you'd like to see those. So just to give you some perspective, I am a plannerd. I have all the planners, I have Filofaxes, bullet journals, traveler's notebooks. I love all the things. I'm a bit of a planner hobbyist. And this is the planner that I used for most of 2017. This is my A5, which is like a half letter size, Filofax Malden, and it's thick and chunky, and I had dailies, and I had weekly pages, and I had note pages, and project pages, and I have all the pages. And so when this little guy came in the mail, I thought, you're cute, but I'm not sure that you can get the job done. But I was pleasantly surprised at how efficient and well thought out this planner is. It's stellar. I originally bought it because it was knitting themed and I just wanted to add it to my planner collection. But I'm telling you, since the last week in December, I've been using it and it's a fabulous little planner and I love it. So it's available in both German and English, and I have the English version. I'm told that both versions are still available on Martina's website, but I don't know that for sure. Because as I tape this, it's the end of January, so I don't know if she has any planners left. So it's a hardcover planner. It's smaller than an A5 or half letter. Just to give you a little bit of perspective, this is an A5 moleskin notebook, and there are the two planners together. So you can see it's a little bit shorter and ever so slightly narrower than the A5 size. I'm not sure if this planner size has a name or a title. I just know it's smaller than an A5. So it's hard covered. It comes with a pattern in it to make a lovely cover. Let's see if I can find it. For the notebook, which I've chosen, I did make the cover and it is cute and lovely, but I've chosen not to use it because the way I use the notebook is I have set up sticky notes for quick note taking, and the cover would cover up the sticky notes. And also on the back cover, I've attached an envelope that the cover would have gotten in the way of, and I didn't want to cover up the needle conversion chart, although I did cover up the lovely gauge ruler that's on the last page. So when you first open the planner, you have two blank pages, which, like I said, I've chosen to put sticky notes on and use as kind of a dashboard, and a lovely knitting themed background paper, which is just a really nice touch. Then you've got your personal information page, so if it ever goes missing, hopefully you get it back. A quick little how-to written by Martina about how to use it as a day planner and how to use it as a knitting planner to organize your projects and find more knitting time. That's the sun. Sorry about that. I'm sitting kind of adjacent to a window, and so there's some sun coming in. I hope it's not giving too much glare. When we turn the page, we have some measures and conversions. This is always great when you're a knitter, especially the yarn weights, meterages, and yardages. We've got some time zones. And then we've got a 2018 year at a glance, which is great for planning out days off, vacation, paydays, anything that you know is happening in advance. The first page has January through June, and I really love that it's not just like a grid calendar. There's actually a line to put words, like there's enough to write. The pen loop and the paper clips are not included. Those are my things that I've added on, just so that you know. There's the rest of 2018 forward planning, and then we have 2 pages of 2019 forward planning, which is awesome. So then we have a page where we can set our annual goals. Family goals, family and friend, or personal goals, family and friends, work, creative goals. You can break down goals by month, and I'm big into breaking down goals, so I really love this. There's even forward planning. You can make notes up to year 2024. I've actually put our ages here myself, my husband, and my kids, only because I saw that Martina did it in her video and I thought it was super cute, so I did it too. And then we have quarterly planning. Each quarter begins with a quarterly planning page. So you put down what projects you're working on, the tasks related to the projects. You can tick off the weeks that you need to do them so that when you're planning your weeks, you can refer back and make sure that the steps to your quarterly goals are included in your weekly plan. It really is like such a clever little layout. There's quarterly tracking, which again happens at the beginning of each quarter. So if you like to track that you've taken your medication, or that you're drinking enough water, or you're exercising every day, or whatever it is that you like to track, or if you're knitting every day, you can write it in, and you can put a little ticky mark every day to see how well you're doing at getting it done. So after the quarterlies, we have weekly pages. And this is what a blank weekly page looks like. It's very well set up. So for such a small space, like, it really is amazingly well set up. So the week starts on a Monday, which I love, personal preference. I know some people love Sunday starts. I'm a Monday start person. So the right side is divided into 2 columns, and I typically will use the left column to write my appointments, and I will use the right column to write down my top 3 to-dos. Now, this is not my only planning system. I also extensively use Trello to manage my household, my life, my business. So I mostly use my planner for my top 3, for my appointment management, so that I can live without having to constantly check my phone or check the computer to see what Trello says I should be doing. I like to write things down. I'm a paper planner. I like to write things down. So, and then on this side, there's a place to write your top priorities for the week. There's a space for notes. There's a little box here that references the previous Sunday. I actually like to use that to jot down a quick meal plan. There's spots up here to write notes for the upcoming weeks. But you can use them for anything you want. Like, you don't have to write notes for the upcoming weeks here. You can write something you're grateful for, something that happened that day, something, the weather, anything. So it's like a fabulous little planner. The weekends don't have as much space as the weeks, which is absolutely fine with me because I like my weekends to be less busy than my weeks. So it goes quarterly, then weekly, all the way to the end of the year. And then it gets super knitterly. Let me show you what I mean. So at the end of the year, you have a yearly reflection, so you can reflect on your year and what went well and what didn't, and all the beautiful things you've made with yarn. And then there's a list that you can use to track what you're knitting, what you want to knit. It can be like a queue. It can be anything you want for tracking your knitting projects. She's got some helpful hints here on what you can use the various knitting pages for, how she likes to use them. Then there's a yearly overview of your knitting projects. This is really great if you are a Christmas knitter or a gift knitter and you want to make sure that you have gifts knit in advance so you're not always knitting them at the last minute. This is a great place to plan that out. And you can then go even further into each project by listing the pattern, the source, the designer, and if you've chosen yarn for it, maybe where the yarn is in your stash so you know. And then there's larger project planning pages with little tracking charts at the bottom. So then we finish that and we get into, this is the pattern for the cover that comes with the book. And then we get into a list of yarn purchases or stash so that you know how much you have, how much you paid, maybe when you bought it, where it is. Wish list for things you'd like to have. I noticed that the selected websites and fiber festivals is largely European, but it's still pretty useful. And then we have a list index. So if you're familiar with bullet journaling, then you're familiar with this. So there's lots and lots of list pages, like probably more than I will need for the year. So basically you make a list, for example, your 2018 goals, and list 1 is your 2018 goals. So if you had another list on here, something like, my kids' clothing sizes. So when I'm out shopping, I'd know. I could say, okay, list 11 is my kids' clothing sizes. I could go right to list 11 instead of sorting through all the pages of lists. So really appreciate that little index. And then beyond the list section, we have note paper. And we have grid paper, which is great for drawing out knitting ideas. And then beyond the grid paper, we have dotted grid, which is my favorite kind of paper, which is great for writing and for sketching out knitting ideas. And then beyond the note paper, we have contacts A to Z, although you could use it, my contacts are in my phone and on my computer, so I guess I could use this for anything that I wanted to alphabetize. And then there's a few pages of schedules where you can write down your routine or your schedule for the week, and life is fluid and that changes, so she provided 4 copies of that. And then at the end, there's a few ads for like Edinburgh Yarn Fest and things like that. And then this little envelope, oh, hi kitty, there's a cat there, sorry about that. Then this little envelope is also not included, that's my own, which I've just stuck on there. It also has another reason I chose not to use the knitted cover that I made is because I do like to use this. So if I throw this in my purse or throw this in my knitting bag and I'm on the go, I know that it's closed up. So one of the little features that I think is super cute is that each week in the bottom left corner, there's like a little quote or just a little prompt, like knitting is like music or art is a language that is understood everywhere. It connects people across all boundaries, little things like that. My 3 projects that have been in progress for the longest time. So there's a little bit of whip shaming for you. And that's it. This is a fabulous little planner. I am going to be ordering it as soon as it becomes available for 2019. So if you have any questions, if I didn't answer anything that you wanted to know about this planner, please let me know. You can put a comment below. You can visit the hashtag Sockstar Facebook group. Oh, sorry, that was a cat. My Ravelry group, or send me an email. I'll put all the links below. And that's it. Thanks a lot. See you later.